I got green in my background because someone got to Powell and made him go dovish. Our favorites like XRP, HBAR, ETH, BTC are all pumping. What happened to Jerome? What did he say at Jackson Hole? Why are we so freaking green right now? Let's get into that along with...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
This is massive news, everyone, because the entire market was pricing in Powell pausing. That's right, the entire market. Look at ETH, up 13%, Sol up 9%, volume up 34% to $212 billion. You can hear the excitement in my voice. Look at the heat map. There's so much green up on the screen, you'd think it's motherfucking Christmas. Nakatomi Towers Christmas, that is. Ho, ho, ho. Now I have a machine gun. Now before we get into the juicy news like Powell being dovish, what the heck is going on? Who got to Jerome Powell? What are they blackmailing him with? Well, your comments come first because you, the viewer, matter most. Will do it says, good morning, Klaus. Jerome Powell, 100% hawkish today. Back to sleep till Q4. We were all thinking it. In fact, even the CME group, when we were looking at the odds, backing it out a little bit, we were looking at it going, yo, we are going to get a pause. Then all of a sudden, 180 from Jerome Powell. He throws the e-brake on in the middle of the highway, gives us all the big double middle fingers, then throws that bitch in first gear, hits the gas, peels on out, and says, rate cut, everyone. We're pivoting. For real, and look at the reaction from the market. This is juicy stuff, everyone. None of us were thinking this. G. Bishop says, hey, Klaus, let the kids stay at home as long as you can let them stay. I have two 25-year-olds at home. I know they're safe. I just got done doing tile floors with my daughter, and I just recently got done dropping my daughter off at the airport so she can hang out with family in Chicago. I got two adult kids living with me. I like it. Although I do wish they would want to move out. It's hard because homes are expensive, inflation, etc. But for real, look at the green on the screen and the green in my background. Everyone, what do you think? Bitcoin, 116,713. ETH, up 13% to $4,800. XRP at 307. Doge, 23 cents. ADA, 92 cents. This is awesome, everyone. Let's get right into it. Jerome Powell blinks at Jackson Hole. Bitcoin price rips higher as the Fed signals a dovish shift. This is what we've all been waiting for. The Fed to signal a pivot. Jerome Powell's speech at Jackson Hole brings bullish tidings for crypto's future. BTC surged about 5%. Where are we at right now? 3%, so we've pulled back a little bit right there. At Jerome Powell's remarks at the Federal Reserve's annual Jackson Hole Symposium, igniting fresh momentum. So now think about this. If he cuts in September, we got that action. Then we've got regs happening in September as well because the banking committee said in June, yo, we're going to get regs then. This is freaking awesome stuff, everyone. The market reaction was immediate. Bitcoin ripped higher. Traders recognize what this means. Monetary headwinds. Yes, everyone. Risky assets such as crypto now became a bit less risky. The message from Jackson Hole is clear. The Fed is relenting. Bitcoin may already be responding, and if history is any guide, the real fireworks may already be getting started. Oh, baby, this is freaking awesome. What do I got for you? Well, if you want to watch it, I'm going to have it all linked where everyone in the description down below. It appears that Fed Jerome Powell is setting the stage for a September rate cut. Trading Resource Kobayashi letter summarized. The Kobayashi suggested that the Fed would cut by 25 basis points, a view echoed by market expectations by the CME's group's watch. So let's see what those latest expectations are right now. 87.3% chance that we're going to get a cut. 1 month ago is basically a 50-50 draw. Right now we're looking at what? 12% chance that we're going to get a pause. Now we do have a CPI data report coming out a few days before the September meeting. Now that meeting's the 17th of September. So we got about 4-ish weeks until we get there, everyone. So we just got to hold tight. But look, XRP already got back to that $3 action. And look how quick the move happened here for XRP. You could see exactly when Jerome Powell got on the mic. I already talked about volume, up 34%. Look at the altcoin season index. It swung. We were in the low 40s earlier this morning when I did the morning report, and now we're at 48 out of 100. Market cap, we're back up to $4 trillion. Look at the market cap pump right here. We went from 3.8 to 4 trillion. So we gained $200 billion in market cap just in the short time from Jerome Powell talking. One man freaking opening his mouth at Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and this is what happens with the market? Yo, that's too much power from one person, but let's be honest here. It's green on the screen and we're all gonna freaking take it. This isn't a poop sandwich right now. This is a steak sandwich, baby, and we're all eating Red Lobster right now, honey buns. HBAR looking good as well, above that 25-cent mark. Volume for HBAR, this is a key right here. Look at this. Up 66%. So, the majority of the crypto market as an overall, up 34%. XRP's volume, up 78%. So, who is the market favoring right now in terms of volume? The alts. This is what you gotta pay attention to. The alts are absolutely roaring right now in volume. Why? Because they are the riskiest. Look at BTC, up only 27%. So BTC is actually following the market while the alts are leading the market in terms of gaining in price and in terms of volume. Now, mind you, the alts also have what? Regaronis coming too in the month of September. So not only are the risky alts benefiting bigger, more so than BTC when it comes to rates lowering, the alts will benefit more because they're regs. Why? Because BTC's been given the golden pass as a commodity, so BTC won't benefit from the alts, from the regs, sorry. But the alts will. So HBAR, look at that. That is a healthy move, up almost 10% in one day. XRP up almost 7% in one day. These are the moves we've been talking about. Zoom out for XRP. There's your $3 support right there. We didn't think it would come this fast, and we sure as hell didn't think it would come from Jerome Powell, but we don't care where it comes from. We're just happy that we're back to crucial levels. HBAR, we're happy that we're back to that 25-cent level right there, because the 1 month didn't look too good up until just recently. And that's the best part about this. This move came from an unlikely source. Why? Because me, you, yes, you, will do it, said 100% Jerome Powell hawkish. The overwhelming majority of you said Jerome Powell is going to be hawkish. Hell, the CME group was saying Jerome Powell was going to be hawkish. Bets even a few weeks ago said Jerome Powell was going to be hawkish. Heck, the majority of articles that I was researching said Jerome Powell was going to be hawkish. Then all of a sudden, he comes out and he's dovish. And the market goes green. Volume explodes, and the big indicators are going to be what? When we look at this the next couple days. Will the institutions turn around? Because we've had institutional outflows here as of late. BTC has had outflows here as of late. Will Jerome Powell's dovish tone even turn the institutional money around? Because we're already seeing it's doing what? It's turning the alts around, baby. And guess what? Market structure bill is going to turn the alts around even further, and we've already seen the alts are picking up steam. Altcoin season, 48 out of 100. Maybe altcoin season's just getting started, everyone. So for real, who had the juicy blackmail of Jerome Powell on the Epstein Island? Let's be real here, because out of nowhere, my man just freaking 180s this action and is all of a sudden dovish. Every major economic player out there was saying, yo, we're not getting it in September, we're getting it in October. Now, that being said, if all of a sudden he's being dovish now and sets us up for a pause in September, that'd be a total prick move and would send us all down into what, everyone? Would send us all down into the red. But let's be real here. Let's live in the green that's on the screen and the green that's in my background and just enjoy the day so far. Why? Because volume's freaking exploding, and it's exploding in the direction of the freaking alts, not BTC. And in fact, what did we see on this move? Yes, ETH moved big. Why? Because we've seen the institutions lately have been playing ETH harder. They're almost kind of done with BTC, if you haven't noticed that. But the alts exploded further in terms of volume. The alts exploded further in terms of price. The alts are gaining more interest because the alts are going to get more oomph from the regs, and that's going to be happening in September. So for real, you're seeing the altcoin index slide on up, right? More favor action to the alts. You're seeing BTC hold its own. You're seeing ETH look even juicier, which means what? Yep, the tides are turning. Jerome Powell dovish. Is hell freezing over? I'm sorry, I'm looking out the window because I don't know what to believe anymore. None of us freaking saw this coming. In fact, I'm looking outside just to make sure that planes aren't falling out of the sky. I'm making sure that right now the sky isn't turning some funky sort of color and ghosts aren't pouring out. Because for real, no one saw this coming. How do we know this? Because we were selling off like crazy yesterday into this morning, and all of a sudden, as soon as he started talking, boing. That's right. Unexpected. So who blackmailed Jerome Powell? I don't know. But I would love to buy that person a box of Cuban cigars and an ounce of some good wacky stuff out there. Some sticky icky. Maybe some granddaddy perk for that good person. Because holy crap. Jerome Powell, one person's talk, one person's speech in frickin' Wyoming of all places does this to the crypto market. Nuts, but I'll take it at this point. Choo-choo what? Choo-choo Jerome Powell today, girlfriend.